Jasmine, don't do this. Jasmine, don't do this. Don't do this.
Shut up.
No, stop. Jasmine, stop. Stop.
What's up, guys? I'm Crystal Lee Naomi, aka Jasmine Borders on Tyler Perry's Sistas. Be sure to subscribe to the Haves and the Have-Nots review for not only reviews on the Haves and the Have-Nots, but also on Sistas. And while you're at it, give your girl a follow on Instagram at Crystal Lee Naomi. And I'll see you every Wednesday at 9, only on BET.
All right, Sistas fans, another question aside from, is Gary dead after taking 2 rounds to the chest by, Jasmine? She turns around, points the gun at Andi, and as she's begging, Jasmine, don't, please don't, we see Jasmine smirking, and then the screen fades to black, and we won't find out what happens until June 9th. And you're probably wondering, Jeremy, why haven't you done a video about, this being a nightmare? What if this is a dream? I already did. I did that before the finale actually aired because a lot of people were thinking, you know what, Jeremy? Well, Jasmine showing up to Andi's apartment, what if this is just a dream? There's really no need of doing a video on that because, like I said, I've already done one. And, yeah, I mean, the scene pretty much played out how we expected it to. As soon as Gary mentioned that somebody broke into his hotel room or whatever, basically at his hotel, his keys are gone. All of his keys, car, house, the apartment of Andi's. And now we know that with Jasmine ending the episode the way she did, the question is, what's next? So before going further in the video, take a moment to hit like. Follow me on social media. Links are in the description below. And remember, the like button is the thumbs up button. Hit the bell notification icon and select all. That way you don't miss out whenever I post new material on the channel. And remember, subscribe, everyone. We're only at like 32% of subscriber watch time. Basically meaning that only about a third of the people watching my content are subscribed. So if you are a frequent viewer, hit subscribe. Or if you're a long-time subscriber, just double check to make sure YouTube didn't take you off the subscriber count, because that would suck. So with that being said, will Jasmine shoot Andi? No, I don't think she will. Jeremy, why? I don't think it has. There are some very, very good talking points. Some people are like, what if Jasmine doesn't have enough bullets? What if the gun just decides to not work? How could that happen? Tyler Perry logic, people. It could happen. Also, would there really be a point? Seriously, I mean, if Andi gets shot, really, what's going to happen after that? I mean, I'm still tripping on the fact that Jasmine isn't arrested, as she should, from the same day. I'm not going to say the same episode, but the same day they're in, because remember, earlier that morning, as Andi got to work, she got her ass kicked. Well, she got jumped by Jasmine and her 2 friends. And then that same night, Jasmine pops up in her apartment. But remember, at some point when she got back to her apartment, she filed the police report, and that was supposed to get all these women arrested. So how the hell did Jasmine get out? Did she make bail? Did she just never get arrested? I mean, that's likely because this chick was probably on the move all day. So there's that. Well, I don't know how far she was on the move. She was wearing those high-heeled boots. So, she probably took a break at some point to change, because I'm not a woman. I don't really wear heels, but I can't imagine that being comfortable, even though they're sexy. But I just don't think she's going to shoot Andi. Why, Jeremy? I don't think she need to, because she just shot Gary. Here's my point with that. I've done the video about is Gary dead. You can check out that video, because I'm not going to talk about it much here. I think Gary was a bonus, because to me, I don't think she knew that Gary would be there. Because of the fact that she broke into the the hotel room and then found the keys. So obviously she was like, oh, so he's not with that whore, or that, how she said, he's not with that bitch. How she put emphasis, that bitch. So I think that Gary just popping out of the bathroom was something she didn't expect. So she decided, 2 for 1, pow, pow. And then I guess the fact that Gary is either dead or in a near-death state is enough for her. It's like, you know what? I don't even need to take care of you anymore. I've taken care of the main problem. So you can just clean this up. And I can imagine her just leaving or something like that. That's what I think. I just don't think it makes sense for Andi to get shot. I'm not saying I don't want her to get shot. I'm just saying that it really doesn't make sense. But you could argue, well, Jasmine isn't really acting out of rationality right now. You're absolutely correct. I mean, just look at the way she was talking. She literally came to kill Andi. She got in the apartment, and you could see as soon as Gary came out of the bathroom from that camera angle, we saw that, you know, the hand behind Jasmine's back had the gun. She was going to shoot Andi on sight as soon as she got in a crazed monologue. So I just feel like overall, there's no point of her getting shot. What, she'll be in the hospital for part of the season? I mean, the only thing about her getting shot that would be badass is if Fatima finds out and then, you know, she hunts Jasmine down and kills her. That's what I think. But other than that, I just don't see the point of Jasmine shooting Andi. But maybe I could be wrong. Maybe she gets shot. Okay, that garbage truck moving by. I feel like continuity. If you watch the Is Gary Dead video, then in the video, you'll hear the garbage truck coming up the parking lot. So in this video, you'll hear it coming back down the parking lot. I don't see her dying. Now, you know what's funny to me? How when it comes to the haves and the have-nots, people are like, oh, well, Tinka Sumter, she's busy working on films and Mixed-ish and whatnot. So I feel like Candace is just going to be either killed off or written off the show. Mind you, this is before we found out there are only 8 episodes left. I'm talking like season, 4, 5, 6, and so on. And so it's like, well, yeah, she's not going to be in the show. But it's like, well, no, the way Tyler Perry films stuff, it's just the fact that when stuff is being filmed, it's in a matter in which that only takes a couple weeks, not even an entire month. So obviously he films around people's schedules so they can come in, do what they got to do, and then go back to what it is they're working on outside of Tyler Perry Studios. But KJ Smith is like the Tiffany Haddish in regards to like popping up everywhere. No one has ever questioned, oh, KJ Smith, what if she is killed off or something what if Andi's killed off or something on Sistas because KJ's working on so many things? No, I guess because it's more common knowledge now than it was like in 2018 or whatnot, that Tyler Perry does stuff so quickly that, it's never a question as to who's going to be killed off because of working on other projects. Even though people still talk about, Paige Hurd on Power versus The Oval. So there's that. But I just don't see Andi being shot or killed. I just feel like it's a scare tactic. I feel like killing Gary or shooting Gary twice was the, oh my God, this is amazing. I didn't expect this. This is great. Like, there's no need of shooting Andi since she took care of Gary. That's my opinion. So with that being said, I just feel like that's true villain fashion right there from like movies and comics and whatnot. You know what? I was going to take you out, but I'm going to let you live with this moment. Oh, it reminds me of Batman and the Batman v Superman comic book or The Dark Knight Returns. Like, I want you to sit in the quietest moments of your life. Just sit back and to remember this moment. I want you to remember the man that beat you. Or in this case, have Jasmine tell Andi that, you know what? I want you to remember this moment where I took the love of your life away from you the same way you took him from me. That would be badass, in my opinion. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you would like to, I'd really appreciate if you donate to the channel via PayPal or Cash App. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys, and I'll talk to you all later.